glowing cracks on the base. And now, well, it will be about just bringing the color. So let the fun begin. All right. You see, like we have 6 of them. And yeah, all right, ready? Good. Ready to go. The chat is open if you have any questions. I believe that I have a good angle here. And yes, okay, so I'll take this brush. Rosemary. Series 33, number 1. It has still a good body to retain water and paint. And okay, let me grab my paints. I haven't chosen my, okay, this, what is this? Oh, okay, a bit of darker tones, something like this. Yes, here we go. So that will be the 2 paints for the greenery we want to add. Let's shake both of them. Shake well so that we get all the properties we need from the paint. This express range does very well on this vortex mixer sub 10 seconds. And that will be enough. That's how we will start. Okay. So just like to make sure that the paints are mixed well. I think it's overkill to start with this fluor paint. You know what? Maybe I will do it because overkill is the way. Okay, so in fact, I will also, I think I will take my thicker brush and not the thinnest here. Well, no, okay, let's do it. Let's keep the thinnest and load a bit more of paint. So here I'm loading this on my palette, just like this. Okay, so that was my greenish white, and now let's do it here. Not too much. Yeah, I won't cover everything, just some spots that I want the lightest. And let's go. In fact, I could do also these, but I will focus to do the 6 bases. You see I have 5 and 6. And then once the bases are done, I will do the rest. A bit of water. Oops, too much. And then of course here, so here it's great because I don't need to be too precise with the application, because the fluorescent paint doesn't show on black. So that's great. And now I will do it where the veins meet, right? Not in the middle, but where they meet here. And so now that is very quick. So of course that's a lot more satisfying. Let's have one here. Okay, maybe here, not quite in the middle, but almost. Here, okay. a bit less at the back. So here you see how it's close to the cloth here, a piece of cloth. So that will be a great opportunity to have up here. I'm just wiping the excess to correct the mistake. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Okay, I'll do the other 5. Oops. So the brush should not be too loaded because I said it won't be noticeable on the black, but still it is slightly noticeable. So just trying to keep the clean black we had. Worked pretty hard to get it, so let's keep it. Let's try to keep it. And that's the advantage. I used to do the first coat with white ink, but it was very much reactivated by the fluorescent paint. Here I have used a normal AK paint, and once it is set, it doesn't get easily reactivated. So I have a clear winner now and really have made the process a lot easier for me just by adopting AK. Really, if you guys know somebody at AK, I'm not sponsored, I wish I was. And so although here I'm using Vallejo paint, so because I was a big Vallejo guy, and before I tried the AK, I haven't tried, in fact Vallejo have many of their, I think it's a game color, or I don't know, they have a few different ones, but I have a lot of their Express range, Express, which is the equivalent of contrast paints. And I like that they are pretty thin, so you can use them as glazes. So here you see, and that's great. Haven't tried because I'm happy with the Vallejo, haven't tried the AK ones. So, but I should, and so I would let you know which one is the best. Is it AK all around, or do we have some winners in different categories? Okay, so here it's done, the second one. So if you were there during the first live, you see that this is a lot quicker, and well, that's the thing. The first steps are the hardest, and then it's just kind of flowing. More easily. And that's how I will do the crystals to some extent. You see here the warpstone. Okay, getting pretty good. Let me check. Yes, here. Right, so we have a point of interest here, kind of circling the model. Yeah, okay. Okay, I have to clean up. But of course, this is very easy to clean, so it's not as if it was black on a white of these veins like this. This is very, very easy. That's why I'm a lot faster. Let's have it in the center, okay? And here where they meet. Like this. Oh, hello, it's François. Hello, François Marion. Okay, maybe the mic is not optimal. I can try to speak louder. And let me check. The pale blue drawn flesh. Yes. That's the yes. So it's a desaturated blue, gray blue, highlighted with ice yellow. So I lose again this saturation of the blue. Okay, yes. When I am checking the comments, my screen is on my right, so that's why I have to wait to come back before I speak. But thanks for the feedback. Yes, and especially the skin. I picked this kind of copper brownish metal to contrast with this pale skin. So what I'm doing now is glowing warpstone kind of base showing into the in the cracks here. And I'm doing 6 models, 2 squads of 3 Stormfiends. Skaven army for Age of Sigmar. And the first step was really the hardest. Tracing the white lines, the white veins like this. And that's why I'm using also so fluorescent paints. Of course, they show well on white. They're pretty transparent, very transparent, I should say. But also for the darker greens, I will also use contrast type. So it's the same as Express from Vallejo, because they have the same transparency, and that allows me to apply a mistake. I can wipe it. So here the finger doesn't work, but wipe it with a brush. And so I can keep some speed into this batch painting. This is, I would not say speed painting, but batch painting for sure. Wow, a bit too intense, but that's okay. Yeah, well, in fact, I'm very thankful for the feedback, for real. I think it's my 4th day of doing lives. If you have checked my channel, I usually have my camera, and so I film a landscape format and not a portrait or vertical. So I'm still working on, how to make it the best for the viewers. So indeed, I'm very grateful for the feedbacks. Trying to be careful, also, try to speak in the mic and stuff. But stick with me. That will get better and better for sure. Okay, that's the 4th one, almost done. Very nice. Wow, you see how quick that is? I'm very happy because the first step was longer than I expected. And for those of you who watched the live when I did this, it was it was very long, very requiring, very demanding. But now the cool part is easy. So that's the fun part, right? The preparation was hard, and so that the actual effect is easy. Okay, I hope I'm close enough. Yeah, like I'm gliding through the work. That's so nice, because just before that, just I did the previous live the same day. It was pretty rough. So now I'm just enjoying. So painting, that's the beauty of painting. Efforts are rewarded. Okay. So I'm trying to do where the veins join, right? Where they gather. So that's where the light will be the strongest. Here I'm losing a bit of the, wow. Yeah, a second pass of this fluo paint really will make it that pop super hard. Okay, seems a bit almost mathematical here. Too much control. Let me do this like this. I don't know if you see what I mean, but there is a grid. So I try to get rid of this grid like this. And maybe this one too here. Yeah, okay. Just to have more natural effect. Here a little bit in the center. Okay. Yes, I hope you guys can see well on the screen. So I'm doing a glowing effect. That is the first step. Then there will be the OSL that will enlight from the bottom. So that's very dramatic. But there will also be OSL. So these guys, this guy here doesn't have big crystals, but he has this. Others here, for instance, this one has big crystals, so there will be also green and glowing warpstone. It will be kind of the same process. Start from white, and then fluorescent yellow paints, and then glazing down to medium green to dark green. Okay. It's a lot easier to glaze down than to glaze up. And when when I say glaze down, I mean you start from a light color and you go down to the darker color. Just because the darker colors, they are more transparent because they have less white. So that's very important feature of the darker paints. If you have tried already, you would know that the darker paints are easier to glaze. Oh, let me reload slightly this fluo paint. Just need to drop more to finish. Interesting. Interesting, because I can still see how the colors start to combine together. All right. Yes, so now I'm applying the fluo paint more where I feel it should be, rather than just the cross, because I made the mistake just in the previous one and I looked like too much like a grid. So whoops, too much in the brush. Yes. Okay. Whoops. When I say whoops, usually it's a mistake. I have to correct here, for instance. Okay, here we go. Maybe a bit more on the left side of the base as well would be welcome. And then it's great to film the live when I'm painting, so I can also watch the miniatures through the screen. And so that's a quick evaluation. I can see if it's going. I would think I need a bit more, maybe here and here. And that's pretty fair. Okay. Wow. This, you can really take advantage of this slight green glow to put a pretty nice reflection here. You don't want this to translate into a huge OSL, but something subtle could really do the trick here. And because of this slight piece of glowing crack. Okay, something like this. Cleaning up slightly with the other brush. Oh wow, huh. That's from the I have to wipe this. Pretty bad. Give me a second, please. I don't want to put that on the mini for sure. Yes, when I open the lid, the cap of this, there would be dry paint that falls. All right, okay, let's clean up. I think it may be dry, but this is so far from the eye that it's not a problem. Nah, it's not quite dry. That's also a problem I have when I use fluorescent paint with an airbrush. It makes a peel, and if it's not dry, to be fair, dry for more than 10 minutes, you should let it dry, like for a pretty long time. And if you're really worried, maybe 24 hours. Otherwise, it would peel off. And I had this problem spraying fluorescent paints before, so but with the brush is a lot better. Okay, so now this is done. Yes, you can see them on camera. So that's the 6 of them, and this is to this piel de orco, orc skin, very nice kind of apple green. And let's see how it does. I used to do this directly over the white. Now I have added a bit of fluorescent paint because this is just a base, right? So to be fair, let's check again. I will. No, wrong brush. Okay, this one. Yes, just thinner. Try to be clean. I will thin down the paint. I want it to flow in the recesses and to cover. Ooh, okay. Almost like the fluorescent paint, but you see, doesn't quite pack a punch. Still pretty darker, and that's pretty cool. So that's an easy transition to the darker green. So that's perfect. And you see how it's invisible on the black. So, well, I mean, here it's on camera. Then I will take pretty zoomed in shots, pictures, and the pictures it would show. So I still have to be pretty careful. But I love the variation of in greens already. There are some parts where the white is more prominent. I will leave it as is, so that we have a bit of variation. That's pretty cool, I think. And I want to go pretty dark. Well, okay. Again, very quick. I will see how I have to get back to the white after that. Likely not. Likely not, but if I feel that I have lost an area where the light is the strongest and that was very interesting, and then I will, of course, I will do it. I believe that if you can, just do the best on each miniature. Really depends. So here, looking amazing, robots. Thank you very much. Thank you, Robert, for your kind comment. If you want to see a finished result of this process, you can head to my Instagram. It's the same name, Chronicles of Tiny Battles. And I have shared a few pictures. Have finished rat augers following the same technique. And well, this one hopefully will be better just because, well, with more experience, you just can do better. But the base would be pretty similar. I have added this fluorescent yellow step, so let's see what it changes. Okay. All right. Good. Oh, wow, you see there is a big chunk that looks very white, but maybe I will leave it as is because that's getting very close to the center. So to begin with, yes, and once I have everything in place, I will see. So is that the first one finished? Oh, yeah. Yuck. I was hoping it would be the second one. Okay. More water. So I have 6 in total. So just keeping the pace, and sooner than I think that will be done. But it's already pretty quick. So nothing too drastic here. Easy to batch paint this. Yeah, I'm maybe lacking one very dark green in my paint range, especially in the express or contrast like type of paints. So I may have to use a non-contrast to do the darkest green. So be it. Okay, I have some eerie music in the background. This is from a White Bat audio, sorry. Pretty fitting with the theme of the miniatures. Skaven Stormfiends, kind of, if I understand correctly, I'm not big on the lore, but they are kind of Frankenstein creations fueled with a warpstone. Not the kind of mammal you want to encounter in your neighboring sewers. Yes, okay. Yeah, so English is not my mother tongue, so I beg you to forgive me. I beg you. Okay. So because the contrast with the black is already strong, to be fair, that's already something here we have achieved. But I would not say it's overwhelming, because that's a lot of black, especially when you hold them all like this, right? You have less surface, so that's 2. Very good. Okay. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Don't forget the breathing. Breathe. Yes. It's easy to go like a sniper and hold your breath to be more precise. Well, here I'm talking so much. I'm not used to talking that much while painting, but that's for the live. That's for you guys. Describing this live process, live painting, no edit, no cut, no magic, just grinding. Oh yeah, nice, just grinding. That would be a good name for this series. Well, I'm lucky that this is pretty photogenic, I would say, or cinematographic, because it's quick and easy. Not always the case. The previous step to have all this white lining was a bit less friendly. Okay. Maybe it's not diluted enough, so I will, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. So the coverage here is not, how do you say, here it's a bit weaker, it's not homogeneous, but I think that's greater. So we have some pulsing, some areas where it's more vibrant, where it shows more white. Okay, perfect. This is gonna be sick. That may be my favorite. I don't know. I like this one. I also like this one very much. Have to say this one is pretty cool too. So we'll see at the end. Well, I hope you guys will tell me which one is your favorite. So 3 out of the 6. So that's half. Very nice. Here we go. Let me have a sip. Jurassic Park mug here for the grinder. The grinders. Perfect. Drinking like a what? Like a Pentaceratops at the river. Okay. Parasaurolophus. Yes, not the best ones, guys. I don't know. They don't look smart, these kind of dinosaurs, do they? Everyone wants to be the Tyrannosaurus? T-Rex. I don't know. Parasaurolophus? It must have been the cows of the Jurassic cows. Oh, sorry. I'm not that much of an expert. Maybe it was not Jurassic, but... Jurassic cows. That's okay. So I'm not even really blending, but it does it on its own. So that's really good. Does it, yeah, alone. Okay. So that's really the key is to have a clean white lining, and then after that you see it's really quick and easy. If you have a bit of unprecision, to be fair, I would say it's all right, because first it doesn't show much, and second, that's kind of the glow of the cracks. Oh, I like it. In fact, I like a bit of white in there. Really looks like that's the most vibrant, even more vibrant than the fluorescent yellow. Yeah, perfect. Okay. 2 left, and then we'll do the darkest, well, the medium green, let's say. And I will see if I feel the need to go even darker, which I may do just for fun because I haven't done it before. So that's the idea. When I paint, I try to always do better. And so I think it's important, if you want to get better, well, you have to aim for better. And so you spend a bit more time. I think it's really worth it, and compounds over the time. Every time you just spend that extra time, then at the end of the day, after not long, there should be a drastic difference in your painting level and in capacities. Is it too white? I don't know. Yeah, I should have cleaned up better here. I will clean up now, because now that there is the green, I can see that this is at the front here. You see, it's not clean at all. So I will do it now. I don't like to have to remember of what I should do. So I do it right away. You see all of this? It's kind of ruining the effect. Oops, more water maybe. Yeah, because the black paint has dried slightly on the palette, even though it was not long ago. Of course, there is still an effect. Yes, that's so much better. Like this. Yeah, I was very unhappy about this slight little part here. The rest is fine enough. Here you see some green, should not be here. Oops, what is that paint I picked? I don't know. Oh, it must be alright. Okay. Oops, I'm a bit far. Yeah. I did a cleanup already, but white on black or black on white, it's a bit harder to see. While now that I have added the green, everything that looks off is more obvious. Of course, I don't want to touch it up too much because I don't want the black to get in these green areas now. Okay, maybe something like this is already a lot better. Okay, I can continue now. Yeah, I'm very unhappy about. Let me show you this here at the back. So I will do it. So that's what I was talking about. Just go at it. Don't, if something you don't like, go the extra mile and fix it. That's better. Now I see here the same problem. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. No, 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 no. Haha. Yeah, this is too thick. Here is going on the rock. Yes, of course, if it's not clean enough, you are losing the effect. That's simple. Voila, here we go. A lot better. Thinner, cleaner, better. Oops, sorry. I'm almost out of frame. Okay. Yes. Here we go. I have done a slight mistake. Is that I have put the black before the kind of wash, green wash I want to apply. And so that's a problem. Okay. Death guns, I don't know if you see here. This is Stormfiend. So this is for Age of Sigmar, Skaven army. So that's the rat people. It's pretty big. Like Skaven would be like this, and these guys, they're kind of the ogres of the rat people. So let's see if my black is dry. And I hope so. Yes. Yeah. Otherwise, that would be very dirty. Okay. So that's the fourth guy. Oh no, the fifth. Very good. Well, you could just use it as a demon prince if you wish. So these are converted. There is a slight conversion. So this glows, for instance. But overall, you have a look. Stormfiends. Sorry, I'm not. It's not English. Is not my mother tongue, and they are a bit smaller than a demon prince. But from the basis of this miniature, you could, compare and try to see how you could convert. I think no one would. They would make for a cool demon prince, so no one would oppose you, and chances are that could be a very cool project. In fact. Hey, it's Down syndrome Jesus. Welcome. Is it Skylander? Sorry, I don't know Skylander. I know Highlander. It's not the same. So let me try to focus on this and finish it. And I really want to bring this darker green now to try to make the fluorescent yellow paint pop even more by contrast, value contrast. Although it's already pretty poppy, if I may say so, because, well, black, you cannot get darker than black. So I may have like a slight dry brush, sorry, like this stone here on the black, so that will look more natural, but that will still be very dark. All right, Skylanders, yes. Video game. I used to be into video games, but not for a long time. So okay, let me check this. Sorry, I'm a bit too close to the camera. Okay, let me check. Is this satisfying for the front? I would say so, you know. And then there will be some back and forth to readjust the values. And now I have the back of the miniature, yes. This. It's pretty quick. So that's pretty satisfying. And I'm not super precise. If I need, I will come back later with a black to correct, but already this kind of green glaze does not stand on the black. So that's really helping me to be quicker with my application. If anything, that could contribute to the glow, but there will not be much glow on outside of the rims. I don't want to overload the miniature because there will be a lot of glow from here on the actual warpstone and on the miniature itself, but not on the edge of each rim like this. It's too much. Pick your battle. Okay, something like this, and this pretty light, I love it. Here, point of interest, because you can see the light is coming from here. So there is this hand here, reflection, head, kind of the torso, and then the knee. And then below that, there is this point here, pretty light. I think in terms of composition, it works. Okay, I have to correct a few things here with black. Seeing a few mistakes that I don't like. Well, here, maybe some green before the black. Yes, okay. And then I don't have much left on the palette. If I need to reload, I would. Ideally not, because I don't need a lot of black here. Although it's on a wet palette, that would dry and at least lose its best properties. Of course, the paint is best when it's, well, when you use it fresh. Here. Okay. Pretty decent, yes. Okay. Well, let's go. So that's 6 of them. And now, the darker green, so that will be pretty strong. I will have to dilute that pretty fairly because it is going to, well, you see here the difference. So that these two, the first one was orc skin and now lizard green. And so, and yes, just like I said, my last one will be, so although it doesn't look that much darker, this in fact will be a lot lighter than it looks because it will be diluted. If I need darker, there is this solution here, black green from AK. I don't think I need to go much darker than this. I have this one is less saturated, almost look like a gray, green gray, something like this, extra dark green. What works pretty well also is Black Lotus from Vallejo. Has a blue hue, so it works well to shade the gray if you wanted to go with blue in the shadows. Okay, let me take a sip before the last color. All right, loading the palette, protocol engaged. Putting some order on the desk and shaking. We have already done a fair amount of shaking before. So I'm putting it here on this palette here, so you see like the first greenish white, yellow, fluo yellow, and then that's the orc skin, and then this one, lizard green. Yeah, tiny dots, not much necessary to have too much, because it will be diluted, and it's a tiny amount we load on the brush. And if you don't paint with a wet palette, that's the biggest thing you could do to improve your painting game. Let me check. This looks very dirty. Oh, okay. Anyway, so let's dilute. Dilute, and then I pick my dark areas. So this will be very stark. Sorry, here on the frame. I think I will. Okay, this looks okay. Wow. Oh yeah. I'm just retouching, leaving a dot. Oof. But I like the effect. It's pretty cool like this. You see how lighter this looks. Thinking. Yes, I like this kind. It said a lizard green, but it's kind of an emerald green, which is very pleasant. Trying to not be uniform. Oof. Okay. Yeah, I would say that's all right. Phew, that's too much. Okay. I feel this should be darker. Yes, okay. All right. And then the front again. Yes, I will do the second pass now. Here I can adjust. Now it is dry. You can have a... Oh, lol, that's too much. I have to bring in some water quick. Kind of put that into the... to smooth the transitions. What should I do now? More or just like this? More. Oops. No. Okay. Only when you bring the darker hues do this kind of light hues come up. But this is pretty cool. I think this is pretty nice like this. And then maybe at the back, have to dilute this paint. This lizard green is potent. I repeat, it is potent. Oof. No. Need way more dilution. Water to the rescue. This is alright, but for the rest, like this. Okay, something like this. I think it's fair enough, right? A bit too light here, but I will let it be. It's all right. To the eye, it looks fair enough. Yeah. That's one. Very good. 1 out of 5. Oops, sorry. Let me grab that. Something fell from the desk. Oof. Okay, better. Okay, second one. Try to dilute more and go a bit faster. Let me think. You see, this is not, it is too much. The paint, the brush was way too loaded. Now it's better. So I can get a way better transition. Something like this on the edges. Oops, almost out of the frame. This should be darker. And maybe here as well. And there. Just trying to keep the light very much at the center. And ooh, strong but okay. That's fair enough, I think. Okay, and then the back. Yeah, I don't want to touch too much. Oops, too much water. Too much under here, but maybe I will. Just add a bit of vibrancy and okay, something like this. On the edges. Oops. Oh my god, too much. Yes, okay. Yeah, I cannot see, I cannot really access, you see here. So I don't want to do anything too drastic under there because I don't have good control. All right, and I think that's right. Yes, I love it. The modulation, this is a lot lighter here. That's enough. So that's the second one. Only 4 left, and that will be the bases done. Okay, and then I will take a break, but not yet. Not yet. Only when this is finished will I allow myself to regain some energy through the process of feeding. Yes, there are priorities in life, right? So finishing the model, well, finishing the bases, brings in some sexy vibes of the warpstone, so it's really satisfying. I won't go any darker. I was wondering earlier if I should, but I think that's dark enough. Another pass of this green would really be strong enough. Let me see. Yeah, this is a bit darker on the edges. And so here you're getting like this. You have 1, 2, 3 points of light that guide you to the center of the mini. So that's good enough. And this one I will close here with a darker light. So zoop, straight line. Zoop. I don't know what I'm saying. What is zoop? Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. So that's really a mix between the water and the amount of paint on the brush. That will give you, oof, that's good. It will give you something to work with, whether you want something more intense or less. Yeah, it is a pretty cool, this part here. Here I will, yes, put in the shadow and blend a little bit here, smoothen the transition. Okay, and of course darker this will be, the lighter the rest will look. Okay, here we go. Let me check. Where do we have a problem? I guess here. Yeah, we have to use some black to come back in and clean that. I will do on all the miniatures because the cleaner, the better. That's fair enough. This, let me check. This is, yeah, should be. Oh yes, it's better. Perfect, perfect. This maybe I will close here too as well with the darker green. Close the line, right? I think that's fair enough. Oh, that's what happens when you have too much on the brush, but you can soak it back in the brush. Okay. Yes, with the second pass, already always thin down, but with the second pass you would get the more darker touches that you need at the end. So it's better than going in too dark with one thick pass. Okay, something like so, and like so. So here I have my second pass to close everything here at the edges. Yes, wow, okay. Happy with that. And okay, three left. Here we go. Oh, it looks great from afar, doesn't it? It looks great from afar, but it's far from looking great. Food for thoughts. All right, getting to the fourth one. Okay, loading the paint on the brush, the right amount of water and the right amount of paint is key. Like this was way too much. Yes, now it's better. Let me check. Yeah, so here I have to start with this edge here because it's darker. That will close the look and reframe, attract the attention towards here because this is a bit too dark, a bit too far away from the, like the center is here, right? Not here. So that's why I'm closing here, and here would be the lightest. This can be dark. Huh. Oh, yes. And you see right away now that this, look, I will do this last vein here on the left. This one here, close it with a dark color. And this here too. Okay, I have to smooth out the transition. This one, yes, okay, let's go. What's at the back here? Well, what's at the back there? I mean here, this one. Let me check. Haha. This, yes, although we cannot really see it from the front. This at the back. This here. And I think this one really needs to be toned down. These two. Almost everything. Yeah, almost everything. Yes, a lot better. And then I will bring that green here, because we have nothing dark. And so why is it absent here? Why would it be absent here? That's the best formulation. Up, slight passage in the middle here. Fair enough. Maybe here, slightly. And I think it's all right. Yes. So yes, this is the lightest area. And maybe here, well, again, that's kind of a line taking you, well, this triangle or space here is the lightest. And so that's exactly what, oh, here at the back should be darkened and cleaned up, you know. Wow. That's why I keep a last cleanup for the end, because this is really dirty. Okay. Yeah. Cool. And now the back. Let me see. Okay. Same here. Smooth out transitions. Yes. And then more water. Up. Right. Right, or let me think. I mean, just add a little bit of fluorescent yellow right now. Yeah, it was too white. But the fluorescent yellow still has a good punch. So And now I guess just this, and that will be the fourth one. Only 2 left after this one, so that's great. That is the batch painting. I will not say it is speed painting, but batch painting. 6 of them, but as you see, it's pretty good level of painting. So there's still an effort to bring the 6 of them like this. And especially my painting handle does not take this kind of this basis. There must be 50 or 60 millimeters. So that's too much, so I have to hold them. And you see here my fingers really getting wounded here on the side. Not drawing blood, but the flesh is wounded inside. That's for sure. Yes, that's looking pretty neat. Okay. I will do the last cleanup with black at the very end when everything is done. But that's looking fair. It's looking sweet. Okay, only 2 left. Rejoice, rejoice. Take a sip of Jurassic Park water. Okay, here is my Jurassic Park water. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. Lizard green to have the darkest lights of these cracks. And this is green because this is warpstone. So warpstone is the kind of magic fuel for the Skaven in Age of Sigmar. Rat people. What else about the Skaven? The rats. They're part of the Chaos Army, so they are the bad guys. They're some of the bad guys. They love the sewers, and I think they pretty much live where humans live. So maybe under the cities, like Empire. How is it called now? I cannot remember. Cities of Sigmar. Under the cities of Sigmar, for sure. That's where they thrive. If you haven't checked my channel, there is a video where I make diorama, sewers diorama for Skaven, and that's exactly this story. Under the city, they prepare an assault on the human city as the engineers go and check the maintenance system of the sewage that seems to have failed. They are ambushed by evil Skaven that are ready to burst into the city, unfortunately, and make a rampage. I say unfortunately because I would not like, as a human myself, being raided by Skavens, dirty Skavens. Let me check here. That's all right. So that's the strongest light here. I will just close it here on the very left. Reinforce here and here. Maybe here too, just to bring some variety. and so that it doesn't look like just a white line. Okay, smooth out the transition. Okay, so I have a little bit of shade here. Sorry, yeah, you cannot see like this, but it's still very light. And then we get darker on the edges. Pretty cool, huh? It's working. And I allow myself to say that because you never know really what's going to happen before you have kind of finished. So it could work, or it could also just disappoint. Yeah, okay. Wow, I think it's pretty fair. I don't remember that I have done so much extensive work on the previous bases. I have painted a few Skavens before, and so including rat augurs that have the same 3D printed base, but here that's really I'm putting in the work. I think it pays off, you know, it's pretty cool. We'll have to clean up, but clean up with black, I mean. So if you were there since the beginning of the process, which is very unlikely, you would have seen me. That was the first live of the day. If you look the day where this is broadcast, same day I would have done the white lining so that the green pops. So that's a good amount of work. Yeah, I have to shade this area towards the edge here. Smooth the transition. Too much. Okay, something like this. Ooh, pretty nice, huh? Well, that will be even better the more time I spend on the miniatures, for sure. Because then there will be all these crystals and light and hopefully very dramatic results. I will see what it takes to get there, but hopefully you'll be there. Stand by me. Standing by me then. Yes, okay. Oof. So in fact, yes, I have 85 minutes of painting, so it's starting to tire a little bit, but that's where discipline has to kick in. Finish. Oh yeah, I talked about food earlier. So that's exactly that. If I don't finish, I punish myself. No food. But if I finish, then that will be a feast. It's all right, but I need darker here, 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 here. Definitely we need some dark lights. I have to reload my green paint. Lizard green. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Thin down the paint. Let me check. So here, let me start with the edges, and then I will see from here. I think here is necessary to have a good amount of shading. Yes, yes, yes. More water, more paint, and then wipe off the excess. And that's exactly what I want. Translucent, not too much, but I can tint the thing like this. Here too. Okay, more. Or it has not dried yet, so I have to wait it to dry. I blow on it to make it dry faster. I want some darker light here. Yeah, this is a replicable technique. So if you had glow somewhere, this is, I would say, pretty easy because of the circumstances. Like this is black, it's the surrounding are black. This is in a recess, so easy to paint. But that would be the same technique, starting from light and going darker and darker. Oops, sorry. Can you see here? Like this. Reinforcing the shadow here. Yes. And over there. That will be it, I believe. Okay. Let me see from the front. Yeah, I like this highest light here, reinforcing this one maybe. Reinforcing everything, for that matter. The more contrast you have, the more it will appear like it's shining. And so, yeah, it's good enough. This here is not great. What is it here? Let me use the... Which one? Which paint? Let me check. Maybe medium green. I went back to the orc skin green, but this should be corrected with black, so I won't bother too much. It will end up black. Yes, I don't want this bizarre dot here. And that is done. Off to the last one. So yes, you can see the 5 and the last. Whew. 6-1 here. Okay. Brace, brace, brace to the last, and then yeah, and then that will be it. Very good. Well, for the bases, at least. So here I put a bit of paint everywhere. Then I will smooth the transition, so I should not wait too much, otherwise it's going to dry. Especially these ones, the most important. Getting back in. Okay. And just a bit more water, a bit more paint. As you see here, it's very transparent. And let me check, this has to be darker. Yeah, these two. Wow, I like this 1, 2, 3, 4, and these lines here, pretty good. We'll continue to darken here this side and this side. Let me check here. This could be darker for sure. This is very dark here. Maybe here. Yes, okay. And somewhere here. If it's light everywhere, then there is no highlight. So that's why I'm picking my areas that I want to darken with my dark green here. Maybe these two. Yes. Yeah, and so we have this line of light getting right into the model. Okay, so I will darken again these areas and these, and for the middle I think it's enough. This is not great. It's not smooth enough to transition. Yes, okay, better. Okay, so now you see how this center here looks a lot brighter than the edges. Let me check. This could be darker. Although excessive, something like this. I will also bring in some of this now some fluorescent yellow back in there. I feel this shouldn't be too dark, but also this white here is too light. So something like this. Oh yeah. You see how this area here is really jumping, right? Compared to these on the edges. And I think that's fair enough. Okay, so here again, dark green on the edges. I had some yellow paint, yellow fluorescent paint that was not dry, so it makes it a bit hard, but that will do. Let me check. Yeah, I think like this, yes, just like this. Right, it's about looking back, stepping back and looking, but I think this is yes, darker still on this edge. This is dark enough, but here, and that will be it for the front, and then we have the, well, the back is okay. Not much to do. Yes, 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 exactly, these two here. Okay, I think it's pretty fair. So, is that a question, sir? I see a question in the chat. Torn between Imperial Knights and Custodies. Imperial Knights. Yes, for sure. Custodies is pretty nice that now that they have the jet bikes. I love the motorbikes and jet bikes from the Custodies. But Imperial Knights, they now have like two, well, more than two, but I mean, they also have these smaller ones, smaller robots, and not only the bigger ones, so that's pretty fair. They go fast enough. And yeah, the storyline behind, I like that they're knights, right? Imperial Knights. That's my take on this. And also, you could question if you can alter the paint job for the Custodies. Does it have to be metallic gold? I think that's also why I would, as a painter, choose the Imperial Knights. I would have. Well, it depends on you, right? But I think it depends on how attached to the lore, how much attached to the lore you are. But I don't know if this. I'm gonna see. Yeah, exactly. So we are on the same line here. I was thinking the Amigas. Yes, exactly, Amigas. I love them as well. They should do like some, I don't know, maybe some lighter units for the Imperial Knights. Could be some kind of robotic bikes or even some small helicopters like the Orcs. That would be very, I think that would work pretty well. But maybe the theme of the Imperial Knights is to stay big. So okay, the front is done. And now, yeah, this light here, the last one, that will be the last of the 6. And then it will just be about cleaning up in black. Haha, yeah, that's pretty fair, pretty nice, huh? I blow in it to make it dry faster. When it's dry, I have a second pass here. I think it deserves to be darker. And then I will clean everything with black. And that's a pretty fair take on this kind of cracked bases with, it's not lava, but it's a warpstone ground. Yes, warpstone ground, something like this. Well, thank you very much, sir. Very much appreciated. I will stream weekdays. I will stream every day. Then I have this. I have shorts. I post short videos, and I have longer formats that I keep for diorama making. When I make full diorama, so this is. I cannot post them every week because this diorama is months or even several months of process. But in these lives, I paint on the daily. Oops, too much green. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so now it will be all cleaning up. The 6 of them are done. How beautiful. Nice, nice, nice. Because it's not the most exciting, so that's why I'm so thrilled that it is done. Okay. So now I will just use black to correct some of the mistakes, to fix that. Let me put the black on here on the palette. Yes. And yeah, I will take still this small brush here, thinner. Boop. Yes. Okay. Let me check something. Yes. Okay, that's better. I like it clean. And now I will check the edges. If I see anything shocking, well, if you see anything shocking, just let me know. Oh yes, there was. Where was that already? Oof, oof, oof. That is thin now. I think here is a bit of a... like this. Oof. There is... Okay, so I've seen the paint schemes you're referring to. I have to say, does not. I cannot picture them. So I know Fallout and Command and Conquer. Yes. So if you could describe me the main colors, like the main color. And I would say the main color would be 50%. That's how I would say. And then you have, like, for instance, here, well, the main color really, I have 50-50 of this kind of pale skin. Depends on the models, if they have armor plate or not. But let's say these guys, they have 3 colors. Pale, bluish, grayish skin. These to contrast, and the green to pack a punch. The green will be glowing. And that's really it, and that's why here this is metallic, but just kind of metallic black. The tail is very dark, desaturated, so it doesn't interfere, and that's how I do my own schemes. Not too many colors. So yeah, tell me like the main color and the second main, and maybe the weapons, you know, the glowing or whatever, if it's not metallic, and I can tell you what I think about it. Paint schemes, it's you know, I think there is nothing wrong. Really, it's about how you do it, but. Oh wow, I love the metallic scheme. In fact, I think if I did my own Space Marines, I would do a metallic like this, steel and chrome. I would go metallic, yes. In fact, I think you said... Yeah, huh. You're talking of gray and metallic. I would contrast the gray and the metallic. I would maybe do, if I pick a light gray, like if I picked, whatever, you or me, a light gray, I would have dark steel to go with it. So for instance, here I have this kind of paint. Oh, magnesium from Vallejo. It's very dark steel, and to contrast with the lighter gray, if you have a darker gray, you could definitely go with chrome. I think dark gray, almost black, that would be pretty neat, with very light metallic edges. Oh yes. The guy to your right. Well, yes, thank you for telling me. I was lost in the comments. Yes, this is Skaven. So this is Stormfiends for the, kind of the rat augurs. They have 2 squads of 3, so 6 in total. Indeed, Skaven, well spotted. And that's why I do all the greenery here, because they have warpstone, which is kind of their fuel, their precious gem with which they do their weapons and stuff. And so everything will be glowing like the base here with OSL and stuff. Ambitious, but light OSL brings a lot of life to the models. Yes, I have painted. If you go on my channel page, you will see maybe 4 or 5 videos on painting Skaven. I did a series, maybe it was a year ago. So in fact, I'm painting the same army now. But because these are more elite, the fur is lighter, hence this kind of desaturated bluish gray. Okay, I'm about to end the live, guys, because that's about it for this session. Just doing this quickly, and later, maybe in let's say it's okay, for me it will be the evening, but maybe in 4 or 5 hours I will be able to go live again to continue the painting on these guys. Whether or not you will join, I hope you enjoyed this session. You're welcome to subscribe, so you will have notification when I am online, diffusing, broadcasting the live. Thank you guys for watching, for being there. Try to do my best to read the comments and answer, so sorry if I missed anybody. Because I'm painting and my screen is on my right, pretty far on my right there. It's not under my eyes, so whoops, that's an emergency situation. I tried to finish in a hurry, but then black on this is pretty bad. Oh, sorry, you cannot see here. Yes, so I have successfully erased. Yeah. Yes, okay. So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you want, in the meantime, if you have time, you can check my videos on my channel. I have about 4 or 5 videos painting Skaven. So the level is increasing with each video. And my last one will be, let me grab it for you to show you. Wow, this guy here, the boss of the army, Bone Call and Thankle, something like this. Sorry for the name, for butchering the name. So he will have kind of the same scheme, lighter skin, and also glowing green. So it's a bit bigger than the rest. Yes, here we go. You can check so these videos I have of painting Skaven. And yeah, please subscribe, guys. Really thankful that you guys tuned in or turned up. Sorry for my English, that's my mother tongue. There will be more. So again, thank you, and well, until next time.